What's up? What's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab. All right, just want to get that posted. All right, so today, kind of fast. Been doing some running around, bumming it today. Got a cutoff on today. Got my both the kids are gonna be home with me today all day, and we have it's gonna be like 87, but man, it's pretty hot out already. I got a blow up pool going, water warming up, so gonna try to get her in and get her done, and hang out with the kids today. Let's see, live just on YouTube today. Pick of the day video goes to 5-0. We hit on Nick Pavetta. Technically speaking, we hit on, who was that? Flexen, right? Flexen did not get a win. We hit a minus 130, so I don't know what that comes out to, but technically speaking, we were up. We were up just a little bit. That Yariel Rodriguez play. Oh my gosh! I mean, that very well could have been the last, or like the worst bet of the NBA or the MLB season. Pretty rough. He got killed. No control, right? He walked his first three batters. There was a catcher's interference. He like hit somebody in the face, like bloodied the dude's nose. He ended up staying in, but man, he didn't have it. No control. And there's just sometimes you just can't control that with a pitcher. I mean, it's frustrating, but there's nothing you can really do, that stuff's just gonna happen, Let me do something else here real quick. Post this around in the Discord. Yeah, we need I got it up on FanDuel. France is winning 32-27. We need them to be winning at half, and then to win the game for the little parlay we have to potentially hit the second one in a row here. But let's go ahead and look at some stuff. Oh, Thorpe did get nailed, didn't he? Yeah, sometimes it just happens. Where we at? Like it's pitchers are trying to throw the ball, as hard as they can, and sometimes they just don't have the control, unfortunately. Sorry, my wife texted me. Okay. Let's move off this. So for those of you that have been around, if I have, if the thumbnail is a picture of the logo for the show, that means that I don't have anything fully locked in yet. Or at least something, favored. I got to the point, but it's like, all right, I got 20 minutes before the show starts. Gotta make a graphic for this real quick. Today feels like a weird day. The trade deadline for the MLB today is over at was it 6 p.m. today? And there's a game today at 1, which I'm not really interested in. So luckily all the games start today. There's none of that like like y'all see like Justin Turner, like he got pulled in the middle of the game, he got traded. None of that stuff's going to happen today. Outside of that, potentially in that first Guardians and Tigers game, everything starts past the trade deadline today. Although stuff can still be announced later, but it was already, like would have been on the books, but just not announced kind of thing. We shouldn't have to worry too much about the trade deadline. Yeah, Benji. Yeah, it's not right. And then there's some times where like the control is not there, and I'm sure there's a bit of like a mental aspect when he walks the first batter and second batter. I'm sure somebody gets off their game pretty quick in that sense. But we move on. We got it back with Nick Pavetta, and Flaherty, was scratched like I was kind of worried about. And we got a little bit of baby money back from that, but I mean we end up, pretty well even on the day. So I mean it's certainly okay to break even. I'd rather break even than lose. So today, Like I said, not interested in the Guardians of the Tigers game. There's not a whole lot right now on the board that looks um they don't even have Corbin Burns outs listed. MLB. Tim, I did post I posted one yesterday for one that's it's going on right now. You might have missed it. Yeah, 18 and a half. I figured. Um the pitcher props have been just about my favorite play. That's where I've been successful. I mean, why stop? We have NFL here on Thursday, kind of starting and in my brain's kind of starting to transition to football season, especially hitting August. You know, let me click down. Actually, let me just hit this button. August 24th. I mean, we're less than a month away until we have college football. My brain is already starting to transition to some NFL, paying attention to that. I need to be paying attention to camps and coaching and everything like that for college football. There's a decent amount of prep that goes into being prepared and being good at college football, being good at NFL. So MLB, I feel like is kind of starting to all look the same. You kind of see a lot of the you're seeing your Corbin Burns, at 18 and a half outs, not something I'm interested in. Hunter Brown is pitching today. I mean, he's just been on fire. Like, love that dude, but I don't want to play his outs at 18 and a half. And I'm not going to fade him at 18 because like he's been crazy. What's up, Marcus? Yeah, I mean, Benji, I suppose sometimes that happens. Hunter Brown, they got at 18 and a half. Jeffrey Springs going against Marlins. I think that's his first game back, if I'm not mistaken. He's probably doesn't even have anything. Yeah, because it's his first game back. So there's some goofiness, like it's especially with the trade deadline. It's another one of those days that it's like, I mean, it's super nice out. Like I already went for a walk with the kids this morning. Like I said, I mean, the kids are home with me today. I'm gonna play outside and everything. I mean, if I wasn't doing this show, I don't know if I even would have looked at baseball, to be honest, today, just with the trade deadline and things kind of being weird. But anyway, let's talk about what I got before we just get a whole show of some rambling and everything like that. But long story short, just looking forward to football. Can't wait. Looking forward to kind of toning down on baseball to kind of do some of that research. And there's some podcasts that I really like to listen to that does some like not crazy in depth, but they do a lot of good conversations like per conference and just to kind of like refresh you, about the Big Ten obviously looks completely different and everything along those lines, um because you're just not overly used to it. You can't just you really can't just get into the first you really can't go into this on Thursday. We got football Saturday, 2 games, and Thursday, and then Friday, and then Saturday 31st is our first big slate of games. And you really can't just jump into it and be like, all right, what's going on here? Like, you know, sure, Ohio State should be Akron. They couldn't cover 50 points. Nebraska over UTEP, Oklahoma State, so and so, Penn State, 10 and a half, West Virginia, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Actually, August 31st, I'm gonna be pretty damn busy that day. So that's I did not realize that's what that date was. Somebody's getting married on that day. I'm gonna be traveling to Chicago to go and go to that wedding. Um, so anyway, let's talk about baseball. One of the one of my Capper friends is getting married. Going to be traveling over a state over to meet him for the first time at his wedding. So that's going to be cool. And then hopefully, man, it's a long drive. But me and Ty's been due to hang out. We've talked about it. Talked about getting together for the first weekend of football. Well, that's not going to happen because I'm going to be busy with that wedding. But I might be driving 8 hours to go sit on his couch and watch some football one week with him. But let's just start from the top of what I have here. I have 4 plays here. I'll hopefully talk myself out of one of them before we get into before we get into things or whatever. Waldron, I feel like, is probably the one that I'm going to end up talking myself out of. So Matt Waldron has been really good. This is, you can go to his last 10. He's over in 9 of his last 10, but he's actually over in 10 of his last 11. He's been killing it. He doesn't throw a lot of pitches. He's been, really, really effective. His over earned runs or under? I was kind of interested, and I'm not really a K prop person. Like Glasnow's Ks look like they'd probably be good. Robbie Ray today, I've always been a fan of Robbie Ray. I feel like that's probably not a bad look either. But look, Matt Waldron has been pretty damn successful due to his knuckleball. He's there. There's a knuckleball pitcher, and we know. I mean, there hasn't really been a knuckleball pitcher since what, Tim Wakefield, maybe, like a true knuckleball pitcher, and he's having success against teams because it's difficult to pick up, it's hard to hit, and he is throwing this as near a primary type pitch. The issue with knuckleball pitchers, or like I said, their success comes with the unfamiliarity, the weird ball movement. They're not used to it, yada, yada, yada. This is his 3rd time pitching against the Dodgers. This is the 3rd time around. You see a lot of pitchers struggle the 3rd time around within a game. You're seeing that release point, the 3rd time around the batting orders when they start to hit a pitcher. At least the 2nd time around, as they're seeing the release point, they're seeing their stuff, and they're kind of knowing. There's been some intel on what he's been throwing for first pitch, stuff like that. He's going against the Dodgers, who I was hoping to see. Why isn't it showing me? Whatever. He's going against the Dodgers, who he has not had success with this year. He's gone against the Dodgers in April and May, and that was when he was certainly struggling. I mean, he's obviously been a lot better since then. Go back to April and May. I mean, that's, back here, and then right here is when he missed. Gave up 5 runs, gave up 4 runs. It's just kind of one of those spots, though, where like it is a little scary to want to fade this guy. And then that's why we'll probably move on from this one pretty quickly. But I certainly lean under his outs because the Dodgers have beat him twice this season already. And now there's that familiarity with that knuckleball. This guy has been somebody that I've been all about backing, though. So, like, the fact that I kind of came up with a 3rd play right before this started, I'm probably feeling about moving away from Matt Waldron, but I suppose we'll just kind of see what happens, what happens with that one here, as we talk about, some of these other ones. A play that I do really like, though, is going to be Sean Manaea, right? Manaea. I always say Manaea. I think that's how it is. That's my Indiana accent, I guess. All right. On the year, he's under this in 14 of 20. That's a 70% hit rate. At home, he's under in 7 of his 10 games that he's had. That's a 70% hit rate. That is pretty damn good when you look at a bet. A 50, a straight bet is essentially a 50-50 without looking at the implied odds and everything like that. It is essentially a 50-50 bet. He's hitting at a 70% clip. 70% of the times it is a good bet. In rough math, right? Boy math, whatever you want to call it, gambling math. That's a good sign. Going against a Twins team, who theoretically, as of late in the last, y'all could tell me that I'm not showing my screen. You guys are watching me. Anyway, this is what it looks like. This is to the under. This is his graph to the under. If we go down to his versus the Twins versus the left-handed pitcher, On the year, the Twins have the best batting average in the league, seventh highest OBS, fourth highest on base OPS, fifth WRC. Within the last 30 days, they haven't been hitting lefties as well. The 17th highest batting average. However, man, I tell you guys, like the Twins, they're really just one of my favorite teams to back right now. The Orioles for the longest, was a team that I felt really good about, but the Twins is just one of those teams that even if they're down, it's like, all right, the Twins are going to come back. The Twins have been fantastic. Um, you look at the history that these guys have had against Minaya in his career. Castro's batting 500, Vasquez 333, Carlos Santana 750, Margot 250. I don't know if I said Miranda 333. But then you have, Byron Buxton is batting 167, but like Byron Buxton is hot right now. You got Royce Lewis, who has not faced him yet. Jeffers, who hasn't faced him before. This Twins team is tough, in my opinion. I really, really like this Twins team a lot. What's the bullpen look like? So the bullpen, Jose Buto threw like 3 innings yesterday. Pretty deep game yesterday from him, which means that the bullpen is like ready to rock. This bullpen is ready to go, fresh. However, whatever analogy, whatever I could use, this bullpen is good to go. On Sunday they had 3 guys throw some, but 15 pitches. That's not a lot. They were fully rested on Monday outside of Jose. So they are going to be ready to go. And any sign of trouble, I think they're going to yank them. And this Twins team certainly can, put up numbers in a heartbeat. They hit the ball really well. I want to see how well they walk. I don't remember that. So I mean, middle of the pack in terms of walks. So they see some walks, which is going to drive the count up. Obviously, Mania at times, if I'm thinking of the right pitcher, can get himself into some walk trouble. Obviously, the Yankees walk a lot, and that was a Subway Series. I mean, Aaron Judge, like Soto, those guys see a lot of walks, but you can see on the year that the dude struggles with some walks. Like, I mean, he puts up some walks. Twins are about middle of the pack with it. You get a free base or two. Twins have a lot of power here. Mania just hasn't proven that he has the capability of being able to go real deep in a game, and the Twins are just tough. So this for sure is going to be a play of mine here today. Look at the pitch count here too. How well you guys can see this. 103 pitches, wasn't able to get out of the fifth inning against the Yankees. He also walked 4 or 5 guys that we just seen. 84 pitches going into the fifth inning, they pulled him. He did go deep against Colorado, Pittsburgh, and Washington, all 3 teams who are not known to have, the best offenses. He failed to go over against the Yankees, but only once again threw 77 pitches, but only went 15 outs. Failed to go over against the Rangers there, the Padres, Phillies, Arizona, San Francisco. He didn't go over against Miami. He's getting hit by teams that hit, and the Twins are one of them. I like it a lot. We lock it in. Sean Manaea under 17.5. Well, man, this is going to get sweaty, guys. We need France to win the first half and not be tied, and they're only up 2. I wanted to see what the odds were on FanDuel real fast. Minus 138. So better odds on DraftKings here. Not worried about trade, and he's not going to get traded in anything like that. So I feel pretty good about it. We'll lock up Sean Manaea, however the hell you want to say it, under 17.5 for the first play. Second play, let's look at Jonathan Cannon. We'll skip Patrick Corbin for a second. Patrick Corbin's been my nemesis, man. So we'll talk about him in a second. I actually was just remembering too. Damn, see, like, does DraftKings have any kind of boost today? Nah, just Olympic stuff. Um, like Max Scherzer, I think is going to be a really good look today too. Minus 155 on his outs. I think or strikeouts, Glasnow strikeouts, Robbie Ray strikeouts. I feel that maybe like a builder might even be in play here, but let's pull up. We're getting off subject for a second. So he hasn't really like had it, this year. Ah, damn it. But dude, this guy's been insane in St. Louis. But this was 2 years ago. So I mean it's different. It's obviously different. Last time he played at St. Louis, he had 10 strikeouts. The time before that against the Dodgers, which was in 2021, he had 13 strikeouts. In 2019, in St. Louis, he had 11. In 2017, he had 12. In 2016, he had 9. In 2015, he had 10. So, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 out of his last 6 starts in St. Louis, he's had double-digit strikeouts. The guy's not the same. Absolutely. I mean, we all get older. He loses velocity. Um, he hasn't quite had it, so to speak. But I think that's a good look. Um, FanDuel actually has a stepped up type little thing. That might be worth it for a little parlay. Um, where the hell? Where is he? I'd have to look a little harder into Robbie Ray, but like he was kind of jumping out at me. I feel like fours. Probably he could probably go for the 5. Where the hell? All right, there he is. Scherzer's line's 5.5. We could give 4. I mean, minus 181. We need probably one more leg or something like that, but use that boost. I mean, could certainly get there. I feel like that's a. Let me text Jay Bookie here real fast. All right, moving on. Let me pull this back up. We're getting close here. They're up 5 though. Jonathan Cannon, White Sox. Hopefully no Drew Thorpe kind of thing. Okay, so couple things here. Number one, what's up? What's up, TJ? I've always been a big fan of Robbie Ray. Uh Jonathan Cannon has been pretty solid. Dude's been good. Outside of this, he had a blowout. Just like Gariel Rodriguez, it happens to the best of them. They sometimes they lose control. Teams just hit. You can see them well. I mean, just they get rattled. Like it just file it under shit happens. He's over, what is it, 16 and a half. He's over 16 and a half in 4 straight and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 out of his last 7 starts. At home, he's over in 2 straight. He went 26 outs against Houston, who hit right-handed pitchers actually very, very well. They hit righties really well. And Colorado, both at home. So he's been good. He's been hitting good. Um, he's got some familiarity with the Royals here. He went a full 6 against them July 20th. That was just 10 days ago. And he still gave up 4 runs in that game. looking at going back to his outs here. Let's see. So last four earned runs. You can see here he's so it was against Detroit that he didn't make it, but he gave up 2, 4, 1, and 3, and he's still going over. He's still going over if he's given up a bunch of runs. I know that the Royals hit, right-handed pitching really well. In the last 30 days, they got the second best batting average. I know the Royals are a good team. Outside of that grand slam they had yesterday, it was a close game yesterday. Yesterday they had to throw 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. They threw 4 guys yesterday. And this bullpen is struggling. Really? TJ, I feel like did I miss like a big name? It's just been little like builder type stuff, right? Um this bullpen's in trouble. In the last 30 days, that's a lot of red. Cool threw 75 on Sunday. Brebbia has thrown back-to-back days. I mean, 20 plus pitches. Wilson, Peralta, Banks threw nearly 20 pitches for both of them. They're pretty tired. They traded away Michael Kopech, whatever the hell it is, Kopech. They traded away Eric Fetty. They're looking at possibly trading away, Garrett Crochet, although I don't know if that's going to happen. They have some arms that are hurt and going to be coming back, but not quite ready. I think that this is a situational spot where this kid goes out there and he wears one. He's going to go out there and wear one for the team. As long as we don't have a Yariel Rodriguez type outing, as long as we don't have a Tigers type outing where he gives up 7 runs and by the second inning, I think he's going to go out here and hang tough. I know the Royals are good, but like I said, he's gone a full 6, 3 games in a row. He gave up 4 runs to the Royals already. It was a 6-1 loss. And he still went a full 6 outs against them. He's throwing 95, 91, 89 pitches as long as he 106, 104, 102 back here. The dude's stretched out, could be good, willing to go the full, a high 90, low 100. I think it's a nice situational spot where the White Sox have arms. The White Sox have tired arms. What's up, buddy? It's not working. Well, you got to probably turn it on. Oh, it's on.
Oh, it's on?
Yeah, go. You can try. You got something on your nose. But I like it. I'm gonna ride it. I still haven't decided what my pick of the day is, by the way. I don't feel like I'm clouded. He's come out and he's done. He's been a good little whatever for us. As I'm a White Sox fan that's really not even hardly paying attention to him. Like I said, I just know that the arms are tired, the bullpen's tired. They need him to go deep. As long as he just doesn't get massacred, I think we'll be okay. Looks like looks like it's halftime, so we're looking good there. What's the odds for this game? Minus 200. I also liked Waka too. On the reverse side, but I feel like for some reason I went Cannon. He did just go 21 against them. Yeah, Chuck, yep. Oh, maybe that's why it was the juice that I didn't like. But yeah, he has done really well against them. Wow, actually. Man, I don't even know who the starters are for the White Sox really anymore. Luis Robert, I know, but dude can end up getting traded. Benintendi, is batting. None of these guys have done well against them, have they? Eloy is bats 0.90, 1 hit out of 10. Is it playable? I think that might be why, Chuck, is that, like, I didn't feel like it was an okay line. -132, that's not bad, though. I did all this talking about Cannon, and then here I am about to just flip right to Waka. They threw 4 guys on Monday, they threw 3 guys on Sunday. A couple of them are hurt. I mean, theoretically, Waka, I mean, he's only over in 50%, but I mean, he's been, right there. Uh, throws, he just doesn't throw a lot of pitches, to be honest. But he's facing a White Sox team that is literally dead last and who has been just terrible against him. I mean, there's a lot of good things to say. -132 is a pretty good number. Honestly, look, you could if you could same game parlay and out props, I would say both of them are a good look. But the White Sox hit pretty good yesterday. Normally, they don't string 2 of those in a row. What, they scored 5 runs yesterday. I think we probably go with Waka. Let's talk about Patrick Corbin real fast. Um, so I mean, my favorite saying like forever, and going with I've been have different careers and stuff, and I've been a manager, and I've had 100 people working for me and 4 people working for me. But one of my favorite sayings used to be that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So we've been fading Patrick Corbin over and over. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we needed that, Aaron. I keep fading Patrick Corbin, and he keeps looking fantastic. Um, and we should have gone over last game. He gave up the 3 runs to San Diego, and then like the rain delay happened, but then he gave up the runs, and then he was just fantastic after that. Uh, he's been certainly up and down, but away, his ERA is much worse away than it is at home. He's been getting killed away compared to where he's been getting hit. He's got a higher ERA away than he does home. Is that what I'm trying to say? Let me pull it up. He's got a 5.52 ERA away compared to a 4.99, but players have a higher batting average away against them than they do at home against them. Away, he's under this in 7 of 11 games. On the year, he's under this in 11 of 21. It's a 50% hit rate, obviously. In his last, 10, a lot of he got an over at home and over at home. But he killed the Padres really just twice, and then he managed to go, fairly deep against the Guardians. You really should have real food.
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, that's fine, buddy. But then you look at, how well Arizona does against left-handed pitching. On the year, the second best batting average in the last 30 days, the 10th best, 6th best, on base percentage. They hit lefties pretty well. Marte bats 417 against Suarez 364, Walker 500, Corbin Carroll 333, Gurriel 667. But then you got Grichuk, who doesn't bat very well against them. Newman doesn't bat well against them. Didn't Christian Walker get hurt yesterday? about the left oblique that Walker suffered during the game is not minimal. The skipper added that Walker's scheduled to go at MRI. He's hoping that Walker won't miss much time, but the Diamondbacks won't have it. So Walker's going to be out. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how. I don't know their record without Christian Walker in the lineup. I don't know how well they hit without Christian Walker in the lineup. But he was batting 500 against them. Oh, Manea just went to 16 and a half. That kind of sucks. All right, we got to wrap her up here. I guess today's one of those days that I ended up. I mean, there's days where I like a lot, but it's like you got to hammer it down though. You can sit here all day and like things, but we gotta decide what's going to be official. I probably don't like Manaya under 16 and a half. So if that doesn't move back, then I mean we're gonna have to throw that play out. Because if I'm gonna take an under, I want to say that he's not gonna come out into the sixth inning. What did we say the bullpen was like? Man, that's got me all messed up now. Yeah, so bullpen's good to go. Somebody said, Corey, I don't know if you're still in here or not. Yeah, I talked about Matt Waldron. I would certainly lean under. I think that's a tough fade, but I think under is probably the right way to go. Okay, so Patrick Corbin under is definitely going to be a play. Put a unit on it, plus 100. I don't know what it is over here. We can look at it and see what it is on FanDuel real fast. Yeah, so slightly better odds on DraftKings. Diamondbacks just hit lefties really well. You just gotta. I mean, we're just trusting him to get beat up. To not go the full six. Waka over here on FanDuel, I do think that's going to be a really good look. The White Sox are just the perfect team to fade, and the guy is like nearly perfect against them. Let's look at let's see, how do you spell? How's he spell his name? AE. Oops. Yeah. So I mean, really, his last 4 games. I mean, you were going back to like 2 years ago. So, his last 4 games. I mean, he's just dominated. 21 outs, 18 outs, and 21 outs. So I mean, just feel good about that. They look terrible against them. So I think Michael Waka is a really good look there too. So we have to do the 1.32 units on it. 1 unit on Patrick Corbin. And then I guess I don't know what to do after that point. Matt Waldron, I think, is the right play, but I'm not gonna. I just there's better plays. I think we looked at him. I think Manea is still a good Yeah, Corey, Scherzer. We talked about Scherzer earlier too. I think Scherzer's a good look too, but you run into just juice. It's too much. Oh, I don't want to play plus money, plus 126, because he just really hasn't had it. I feel like his strikeouts, like I said, in a builder, I think is a good look. So we can still get his 17 and a half, but it's juiced to hell now. Trying to see if there's like a little bit of like a juice reducer kind of thing if we want to mess with that. But in an effort to get the hell out of here, we're at 41 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and just take two props out of the White Sox game. I think it's crazy. It's probably crazy. In order to put a full unit, I don't want to take under 16 and a half. I don't want to have to like rely on him to be taken out before the sixth inning. I want 17 and a half. I want 17 and a half. So I'm gonna play, if I find a way to get around it, I'm gonna get around it with a juice reducer or something like that. We'll end up probably popping that in the Discord. So I'm gonna go ahead and just ride with Jonathan Cannon, which was a play that I had in the opening of the show before we started talking about Waka some more. So we're gonna go officially, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Well, now's the time. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, pop them in there so we can talk about it before the show gets too ungodly long. Doing pretty good with like timing, by the way, it seems like. And then a day like today where it's just I didn't have it fully mapped out, and there's a decent amount of stuff out there, but it's hard to kind of narrow it down. We're gonna go with Patrick Corbin under 17 and a half outs, Jonathan Cannon over 16 and a half outs, and we're going to go with Michael Waka over 17 and a half outs. Waka's on FanDuel. The other two are on DraftKings. So I will give you guys a second to let me know if you guys have anything else. Perfect. Those are 3 plays a day. I have an idea of what the pick of the day is going to be. I'll make a decision here shortly, very shortly, very quickly. Actually, I'm gonna probably want to knock it out before we have any more line movement, and then I can just like enjoy the day and just honestly just forget about baseball, not get a couple plays out. Appreciate you guys, and I will be back tomorrow on time for sure. I'm trying to remember real quick. I didn't put it on the schedule. Oh, here it is. On Thursday, I'm probably going to be late on Thursday. My dog, I discovered a hell of a lump on him. Like it's got to be like a tumor of some sort, unfortunately. Uh I have a vet appointment at 10:30. And it's in like 30 minutes away where I grew up, cuz like no vets around me are taking like new animals or whatever. So Thursday is probably going to be a later show. Shit. I hope I'm here. I mean, if I find out this dog's got cancer or they think it's bad, I mean, I wouldn't know right away. They're going to do testing on it, but he's been my guy. He was with me before my wife, before kids, everything like that. So fingers crossed with that. But more than likely Thursday I'll be late, taking old boy to the vet, to see what they think about it. But appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys back for sure on time tomorrow.